If y'all new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, man. It's your boy Bezo with Wheels. We back at it. Been a little minute, been a couple days, been almost a week. All the body work, 99% of the body work is done on the bed. 100% of the body work is done on the outside of the bed, but we gotta block them little areas out. Don't plan on doing the body work inside of the bed. This is just the outside of it. Now we'll block those areas out, get them smooth. Now, got the panels off. We got our hips off, big body hips. The doors are on the truck. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. This is how we want it to sound. I busted my ass and spent hours on getting it to click. Just like that. Now I don't have the handles on, of course, but we'll go ahead and that's how you want it. Just like that, hardly any effort. So hinges are brand new, so we're still working on a little bit of stiffness, but it's gonna be there, especially when you have aftermarket hinges. The hinges are brand new out the plastic, so you're not going to be, you shouldn't expect it to be how it was factory, because different material, different times. I'm talking about 1984, just like that, butter. Now, the hours that it takes to, give me just a second, we'll discuss that. Now, both sides are clicking right on the money, right? Let's go through here. Excuse my camera. I don't have a GoPro, so. Oh, damn. The rod disconnected. I don't have it pinned in there. Let's fish for it. And y'all gotta be with me to fish for it too. So I'm not pausing it. You guys gotta watch it. Hold on. There we go. That's how we want it. Oh God. Imagine if I would have failed and got all discombobulated. Ooh, my shin hurts from, anyways, never mind. That's how you want it to click. Take that pinky, just like that. Every time you want it to click, click. Let's do it again. Do it again. And I'm gonna show you why this is very important. This isn't a newer car. You won't get that buttery, crispy sound from a newer car. It will never sound like a classic car. I don't care about your Hellcat. I don't care about your Porsche. I don't care. You won't have that. Ooh. You won't have that crisp. And we're gonna study this. Why? Because it's hours and hours and hours of trying to make sure that you get that crispy sound. Ooh. Yes. That's how you want it. Now, let's discuss. The reason it takes, we'll get into the paint just a little bit. I mean, we've been cooking. We put in a lot of hours. We put in a lot of time on this truck. And it's very important that you understand the quality, the different types of quality and the different types of hours that it takes to get something like this. Now, with the hinges alone, 2 doors is easy, it's cool. 4 doors, oh yeah, you're gonna be fighting, it's gonna be hours. That is because once you take these doors off, there will no longer be a reference point. You will have to guess, you will have to figure it out. So if you are ever working with your classic car, your old school car, whatever you got, just remember, yes, you're going to get more than likely get frustrated or get lucky. You're gonna get lucky or frustrated. Pick one. and it's a gamble. And I say that because once those hinges come off, once the doors come off, you have to make sure that everything, you're gonna have to make sure that the hinge that you put onto your seam, your panel, your beam, you're gonna have to make sure that that is perfect. And if it's not, and you put the door on the hinges, you can shut the door and be like, okay, I'm off a little bit. All right, bet, let me adjust it. But you only have so much up and down, left and right, diagonal, vertical, horizontal. You only have so much to work with. And if neither one of those work, you're gonna have to take the door back off and adjust this. And before you take the door back off, if you feel like you have to take the door back off because you just can't find why it's not lining up correctly and properly, you better know which way to go when it comes to this hinge being on this beam, because you're going to be guessing and guessing and guessing. You're going to be pretty much doing this shit with your eyes closed. So understand that's going to, I should have painted the inside of that. I should have painted all that. What made me not do that? Next time I'm doing that. It get covered up. I know. Remember that word, integrity? Remember that? Okay, anyway. Yeah, so we're gonna, I mean, it's already done, but just be mindful, yo. Just be super mindful that it's gonna take time. Let me wipe my camera lens. Y'all look a little blurry. All right. So it's gonna take a little time, especially if this is the first time that you've ever done this. I've had a lot of cars where it came out great. It came out wonderful. The very first time I did it, like I got that, ooh, did y'all hear it? The click. Yeah, that's what we want. There's been a few times where I've hit spot on with the alignment and the clicking and buttery. All that sound is literally the sound of it. The sound that you're getting is it being extremely smooth, and it's literally that striker. That striker is literally clicking right in between here, and that's how you want it. You don't want that striker to be anywhere. To release it, you know, pull the handle and release. But you want that striker to be right in between, right here. That means you have to make sure that striker doesn't budge up here. This is the guidance. So if you're off a little bit, that striker will hit this, and it'll push the door down, or to push it up. This one push it up, and this one will push it down. It won't go nowhere. But if you're off a lot, and then you close it, and it's stiff at this point, once you push up, that door will either shift up or it's going to shift down. But if you're right on, it's just going to click, click. So fighting that, and then making sure that your alignments are on point. Now, I got pictures and videos before we even tampered with this truck. The day that I looked at it, I instantly knew, oh gosh, okay, we're going to be fighting. There's a gap right here, and then it gets a little bit skinnier. That's how it was when it came in on both sides. Mind you, these are brand new hinges. The doors came off and the hinges came off. Why did we have the clicking on both sides right on the money? I mean, the door is clicking, is perfect. That means it's exactly where it's supposed to be. That's if the strikers have never been moved. Before I even tampered with the door, from what I saw, the strikers had never been moved, which means that they're in the factory positions. That's the very, very last thing that I'll ever do is move my strikers, because that's cheating. You want to make sure you got it on the hinges first, the doors first, the angles first, all of that first. Shuffling the fender around, shuffling it. Before you even tamper with the fender, you want to make sure you do everything you can, that you've, shuffled the hinges, the doors, the hinges, angles, left, right, shims, adding shims. I don't like shims. These doors had to take shims, unfortunately, but because the amount of time, that's where the threshold is of the amount of time that you're willing to spend on these. Now I could have these doors 100% perfect, but you're going to have to spend probably additional 8 hours, an additional 3 hours. That's the gambling. That's why when it comes to a big build like such and such, those are hourly bills, because taking the door off, I could get these doors off, wires and everything out in about 15 minutes. Both doors, disconnecting wires and everything. That ain't shit. It's the assembling them. I could have I did an 84 Caprice. I had the door clicking buttery, all the tectometers, all the 1/4 inches and 1/2 inch and 1/16 of it, all the way around. The seams were flawless. I did it in 10 minutes. Put the door, boom, bop, I was like, oh my God. And the other door took a day. So it just, yeah. So with that being said, this indicates for the amount I spent about a day on shuffling the doors around, total with, the shims and the hinges and adjusting the hinges. This particular door had to come off about 4 times before I got it right. The other one took about 2 times before I got it right. Now with the alignment like this, I'm 100% sure that it's the fenders. I know that. I know 100% sure that it's the fenders. So Yeah, so we're going to do our part. We're going to finish painting because now that's a different lane. We never tampered with the fenders. We never even discussed the taking the fenders off. We kind of mentioned it about taking it off, but I knew that was going, just dealing with the fenders. If we would have took them off, it would have been an additional 3 days. So with that being said, I'm not going to take them off, but I'm going to have to loosen some bolts up so we can shift this fender so that it will line up with this door. I know that this fender is not in the right spot, just off the alignment, especially on this part, especially on this bottom part. Look how far away this fender is from this rocker gap. So, and I even have the door about a 1/2 inch forward of this rocker. So if anything, the door would have to come back a little bit more, but I want to get as close as possible to this fender to close this big gap. This is a big gap. The other side is even bigger. So, look how big this gap is. You can see the damn hinge from right here, but this door is right on the money. It's even all the way around from the top to the top, boom, boom. I know that this is off because, like I said, look how big this gap is. We didn't tamper with the door. I mean, we didn't tamper with the fender. This was already like this. I got a two-face, you know, I got my fingers in there. So this fender is gonna have to come a lot closer to this rocker. The other side, this gap isn't that big. It's gonna have to come this way, and or I can unloosen the bolts on the hinge and pull the door in just a little bit to scoot up to be leveled. You see what I mean? I can be leveled with it, but I'm gonna leave it alone because I'm spot on with my rocker. The rocker never moved. So the door is flush with the rocker, which is good. I know that this fender needs to come out and needs to scoot over that way. So that's a time-consuming thing. Now, the bed. We got the hinges on. We got the hinges clicking the same way we got the doors. This is the part where I don't really talk about and don't discuss and record as much because I cannot tell you step by step. I cannot tell you what to do right away off top. I have to mess around with it and play around with it before I can even, So hinges are clicking like butter. Those are clicking on there. Your release points right here. So once you close it, do I feel like doing that? All right, I'll show you guys. I got you on. Yeah. All right. Release. You see it jumped? That's how we got it. And both of them have to be. So I'm using my elbow just like that. Make sure these bad boys is all the way in. Oh, make sure ain't nothing down here, because it will get pinched. Just like that. Cut this one off. We cut this one off. We're gonna cut this bracket off. But my brother, he was like, yo, maybe we should leave this one on so we can paint a padlock, paint it blue, match the truck, and then pow. Have it to where you can lock the bed. Yes, sir. Just like that. Now we're gonna finish these holes. That one's finished, that one's finished, that one's finished, that one's finished. And we'll have to do, where the gas tank at? Oh, here we go. We'll weld this hole in. That's the next thing. So let's keep going. I'm not gonna act like I've done everything that I've advertised on YouTube. I'm not gonna act like that now. So this is gonna be a little different. So we got the hole. We're gonna cut this out as perfect as we can. We're gonna lay it on top of some sheet metal, and then we're gonna circle. Like I said, we're gonna cut it out. We're gonna set the circle right on top of some sheet metal. Then we'll trace the sheet metal, and then we'll take our plasma cutter around the hole that we drew on the sheet metal. Then we're gonna slap it on the back side of this. Let's act like this is the middle. We can slap it on the front side, back side. Anyways, it gotta sink in there. We'll tack some weld. Man, that's a nice circle. That is some nice. I need to be an artist. I need to draw. Anyways, we're gonna just tap that bad boy into position. We'll tack it now. This thing got a flush. It flushes in. The biggest thing you don't want to do. Look at some scratches. The biggest thing you don't. I had a Red Bull today. My bad. I'm gonna go. I don't really want to fill it up with Bondo. I really don't because you'll have metal in between metal, and a lot of the times that creates moisture. It can create moisture in between there. And then you got rust, then it starts to spread, then yeah, you defeated the work. So I think what we're gonna do is just tack it in place, grind it really good, and then just wipe over the whole thing. Now, it's not very many mils of Bondo that'll be right there. I just don't want to double plate it, because I could weld one right here, a sheet, and then weld on top, and then weld to it and just grind it all. But now yeah, I'm not doing that. Like I said, what we're gonna do is, now everybody gonna do it different, but this is my way. We're gonna grind it down. We'll spray some rust resistant. It'll just stop the rust, keep the rust, prevent the rust. And we have the rust killer primer, and then we'll glaze over it. We'll do some glaze. We don't need nothing super heavy, because the indentions is not deep. It looks deeper than it, than it actually is. So that's what we'll do. And then we'll wipe it, we'll blend it, we'll block it, and it looks like it was never there. And on the backside, we'll grind it down, clean it up as much as we can, spray the rust resistant on there, and then we'll make sure that it's just flat. That way there's no moisture back there. I'll even glaze that. I'll go ahead and glaze that side. That way you have that protection between the plate. Not that it would even come off, but it just minimizes moisture. That's now a weak point, because you put sheet metal in between a hole. So, yep, we'll do that. All right. So it's me, y'all. It's Bezo. Okay. All right. Anyway, we got the template now. We're gonna outline this bad boy right here. I don't catch me lying, but I think this is 14 gauge. Got to be like something thick. It's thick. So, want to hear it fall? Y'all want to hear it fall? Okay. It's pretty thick. All right, let's get it. So, we're not going to use the whole thing. We're going to do this right here. Now, we'll outline that with the plasma cutter. Now, the plasma cutter, honestly, it doesn't really say you have to use some glasses. I would say use some glasses, but as far as like welding goggles, you ain't gonna be able to see nothing. Glasses, yeah, I'll use some glasses, but as far as like welding gear and stuff, like, you gotta have all that. You didn't hear it from me though, if you get to, getting popped and whatnot. Now this plate has to be grounded like my kids whenever they aren't acting on the best behavior. Plasma cutter, I don't have a stand for it yet. Like a cart, 90 PSI, and have the power about 80%. Boom. My bad, I drug it over here. All right, let's get it. So, steadiness. Try to be steady with it. based off of what it looks like. How y'all think we did? Think we did all right? Hope so. Where'd it go? Let me know if y'all find it. Found it. Okay, now we'll clean it up some. Okay. How we looking? How we looking? So you can pretty much have it flush all the way inside the hole, as in the lip. This is behind the hole. That's behind it. If I can get my fingers. Anyways, you guys get the concept. That's behind it. Let me take my damn glove off. I can't do nothing with it. This is in front of it. And then you can, like I said, you can put it inside the hole. I want, like how we did with the cab corner, we did in it, like we set it inside. We wasn't forward of it, we wasn't aft of it or anything like that. We were inside of it. And then we tacked it. Same with some pieces, same with my wife, she did the same thing. I think this one we're just gonna go behind it. I lied. I think we're gonna go, yeah. We're gonna go in front of it. Remember that flush? Remember how it's flush? This will prevent us from having to lay so much Bondo or glaze. So we're actually gonna go in front of it like that. Dang, it took a minute to clear. So yeah, there we go. We're gonna do it like that. So we're gonna get all of this grinded. We're gonna weld it from this side, and then we're gonna weld it from the back side. And then this will prevent it from it ever getting pushed in. It won't go nowhere or nothing like that. And then we'll spot weld, you know, those little holes. So yeah, let's go ahead and get the grinding going. All right, so we got the first layer on after welding. What we'll do is clean these welds up a little bit more. They're not holes or anything. They're just, yeah, I want to clean them up. So we'll do probably one last little loop around the edges, kind of fill in those gaps. Like I said, it's all repetition, man. You'll get better and cleaner. All right, so we got it fairly smooth. We got some tiny pinholes, but I honestly don't think the pinholes are through the metal. I think those are just lapped pinholes. Oh, that's a little hot. I gotta flatten that down. So like I said, with the welding, the goal is to get it, if you ask me, the goal is to make sure that it's as durable as possible. But if you want to make it look pretty, the goal is to get it as flushed and as blended as this area is and this area is, to where it looks like it didn't even get you know, welded, patched. So all of this could be cleaned up a little more if you were just trying to make it pretty. Now, like I said, what we're gonna do is spray some rust killer primer, and we're gonna spray our bottle of rust resistant spray. My bad, I got this damn thing around my neck. So yeah, and then we'll glaze over it we'll just wipe over it with some Bondo. And it's not too bad, because remember where it had the indentation around it? I damn near just kind of filled it in with the weld, with the metal. So it's slightly a low spot, but for the most part, man, we're not gonna hardly be doing any wiping, so that's good. So we still got little pinholes we could try to perfect with the welding, but once you start trying to fill in those little spots, you start melting it, and that's kind of what was going on again. We got our fire, we got the pretty low, got it on the lowest setting, so that's just what we're dealing with. So other than that, man, let's keep going. This is the first coat of primer. Gas tank is gone. The gas hole is gone. Got that bad boy welded right here. Now we're gonna start cleaning up this inner fender as much as we can, because we do plan on painting inside of here. All right, we're back at it. We are prepping up for some paint on the tubs, the inner tubs. It's been a minute, man. It's been a good week and a half. But the preparation to get this bad boy in a position to paint We talking about the bed. The bed was like a whole nother truck. The bed was like a whole nother vehicle. So we able to get it to this far. Now we about to go ahead and apply some black paint. We've primed it, we've sealed it. No, we primed it, blocked it, wiped it, blocked it, primed it again, blocked it, pulled it, welded, blocked it. All type of shenanigans, man. But what we're going to do is we're going to spray the inside of the bed. Hey, man, there's a bed right there. Backed into the bed. Now he's wiping it down with the static rag. We're going to paint everything black. I'm not worried about masking on the outside because it hasn't been sanded yet. Like the truck, we had to jam it and then we had to sand it. I mean, we had to jam it and cover up the truck because that all been prepped up except for the doors. But ready? Ready, Freddy? It's go time. Nah, see, that's different from my channel. My channel, I explain. I got a lot of people that don't know how to do stuff. So I got to explain it. All right. Gonna spray inside of here, and we're not gonna worry about the outside. We're not gonna mask it up or nothing like that. Same thing with the thing. We primed it. None of this has been sanded. So that means when that overspray of that candy, clear coat, whatever the case is, gets on this side, we're not gonna be worried about it because, again, we haven't touched it. Now, these inside of the tubs are not going to be perfect. We're not looking forward to it being perfect. We're looking forward to being better than what it was. So we got it sanded, we grinded all the gunk out. It was a bunch of tar, a bunch of different stuff in there. It was caked in there. We spent days cleaning it and gutting it and getting as best we could. And now we've wiped it off, degreased it, did some spot welds, did some pulling and pushing on some metal. We welded in our gas tank hole. And now we are going to lay the black. We're gonna lay the black just in the inside of the tubs and just the inside of the bed. We have the new bed. Oh my God, the floor bed, the bed, you know, the bed of the floor, however you want to say. So yeah, all those going black, and except for these aren't going. This is going black, 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 blue, and the inside blue, and the inside of the tubs blue. Let's go ahead and lay some black. Huh? I think. Why is he adjusting his gun while he's spraying? You just gotta know what you're doing. You gotta see it. You gotta see it before you lay the paint down. You gotta see it as if you're each individual.
Mm-hmm.
First time in the show. It's better than that, but we all know that. But see, there's been too many times That sample has been little buddies by Aaron Rodgers in that rivalry that they've had in the AFC North. All of a sudden, they don't know that. But you see that? We still haven't been giving up a Barry Sanders for crying out loud. We're Ross as the coach. We haven't been getting a lot of stuff about the Detroit Lions. Yeah, excuse me. You're making my point for me. I haven't shot a finish. Only thing I would say is, when it comes to the Matt Stafford of it all.
There he is, man of the hour, right there. Nah, hey man, look. Before we wrap this video up, we got the 84 C10 pretty much in the position to spray, and I gotta say it is damn. It is. We're at the finish line, y'all. We're at the finish line. That blue in there is going crazy. So let's recap before we end this video. We have the underneath the hood painted with the jet black. We have the jams, the inside painted with the candy pearl blueberry, as well as the jams in the inside of the door, the back of the back wall of the inside of the cab, underneath the dash, the entire door panel, inside door panel, the cover. But we're gonna spray that. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like how it had some blotchy areas. Of course, it's a little dusty, but we are going to re-tag that whenever we hit the glove box cover, along with the bottom plate that goes to the dash. And the tubs have been sprayed, as y'all can see. I wasn't worried about getting good angles. They're inside of the tubs. He's working on the trim that goes inside of this magnificent bed. Oh my goodness gracious. So this will give you an idea of how it will look once the bed is all the way complete. He's doing some measurements. He's lining some pieces up. And yeah, this thing is gonna be sharp once we get it all the way in there. He's doing some test fitting right now. What we got going on, boss man?
Making sure
That's how you know it's official. Cigarette.
everything's square.
Making sure everything's lining up. Holes are in. Woo! How we feeling? We doing all right?
Exhausted.
Exhausted.
Get this out of here.
Oh yeah, man, we're rolling with it. We're definitely rolling with it. And I gotta say, the colors, the camera does no justice. It's coming along amazing. So the process is going smooth. Of course, we had some hiccups here and there. These were actually supposed to go black, but we ended up shooting them blue. How you feel about it? Is all right?
That looks good.
He told me to shoot them black, and I got carried away last night and shot them blue. But damn it, yeah, it do look good. So that's that integrity part. It's supposed to be black, but it's blue. so yeah, man, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna get this bad boy sprayed. I will cut y'all on in the next video. Like I said, the next video we will have this bad boy sprayed. Right now we're doing measurements in the inside of the bed, and we'll put the bed pretty close to the truck so that I can walk the truck with the paint gun back and forth. As we know, it is going to candy, so we want to try to hit every panel at the same time. Now, most of the time, if you know what you're doing, you can get away with spraying some pieces separately, like some pieces over there. Typically, the eye is spot on for me. So other than that, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget, we have the 84 C10 for sale. We have it for sale. It is up for grabs. And I'm sure we'll have the contact information in closer to when the video is, closer to when the truck is actually complete. So please shoot me a comment. My email, BrandonPalmer647@gmail.com. Bezo with wheels all together, 2121@gmail.com. We are getting this bad boy in a position to spray the entire outside. Everything else is woo. All right. See, I wasn't gonna say nothing. I wasn't gonna show nobody. But look how beautiful this. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Sheesh. I got you. Go ahead, slide it in. Yep. There we go. Ah. Keep going a little bit. There we go. Sheesh. Way to end the video. Oh wow. Oh, I'm not even gonna lie, like I've never seen And it's pearl. You got the light? Was that your light? It's pearl in the apartment. Come on now. Come on now. Who's doing that? Who's doing that? Wait till we get it in the sun. So this is a reason to subscribe. This is a reason to stay tuned with this build. And this is a reason to buy it. Like I said, it's for sale. It is definitely for sale. Oh,
The day it rolls out of here is for sale.
oh yeah. The day it leaves, man. The day it leaves. So yeah, and we're putting a custom padlock on here that's gonna match the truck. That way you cannot take off with the tailgate. You can't take off with anything inside of it. But yeah, there you have it. That is beautiful.
JP.
Y'all stay tuned. Up next is the paint job. We about to get ready to spray. I think we're gonna just spray it right here. I'm pretty confident of what I got going on. So we'll mask up the truck. We'll mask the backside of the fenders, the tubs. We'll mask up the inside. We'll take that gas tank out and we'll hit the bed. The tailgate. We'll take these pieces off and we'll get them sprayed, man. Y'all hit that subscribe button. We're gonna be painting in the next video. This bad boy is pretty much completely ready to paint, except for the masking process, of course. So yes, sir. Y'all stay tuned. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe once again. We out of here.